Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, well, we've had an eventful last couple days. Been missing most of the rain. A lot of it's been going to the east. Well, out of nowhere it started kind of shifting and circling and turned back around and came from the northeast and funneled in. We had a nasty little funnel cloud, massive gust come ripping right through this area. Ripped some steel off that barn we're looking at right now. Came gusting through this gauntlet here. Ripped the roof off this silo and had it hanging. And she kept going. We'll further discuss as we get down there. But when I got here that night, I looked right at the farm and the roof was missing. This tripod is what the cable hangs from at the top of the silo. This is heavy duty stuff. In position, been on this silo for better part of 50 years. Well, that was laying there just like that. Boom, dropped that down and hung the roof right where I go in to feed. If you guys know, I took a silo out here because silos are getting old and brittle and we drive through feeding. So this thing's hanging right above my head. I knew we had to get it down. I fed under it once. And then the boys and I said, what are we gonna do? We gotta get this thing down. Well, I ain't going up there. I said, well, I used to go up them quite a bit. It looks like it's just hanging by a piece of rebar. So I bundled up, took my backpack, had a skill saw, because I knew there was a piece of re-rod probably holding it. Put the backpack on, put a helmet on, just in case. I didn't know what I was gonna incur up there. I didn't want to get back in the head or anything. So I went up there, and it was just what I kind of thought. A piece of re-rod holding the whole thing, barely, and it wouldn't have came down. I mean, that stuff's strong. It was running right through that cement. I ended up cutting it, and she folded right up and dropped. And then we had Lee come in here and hook it with the backhoe, and he drug it, and then we ended up piling it right over there. We'll take a look at it in a second, but so now we don't have a roof on that silo. From 1964, Grandpa poured it. That wind was so strong, it took these silage wagons. We just got done chopping, like I said. Thankfully, no one was hurt, no one was around. It blew a wagon right out in the middle of that bean field. Remember that bean field? The cows got out and they trampled it and were eating on it and rubbed the round bale, rolled a round bale right in the middle of it. This bean field's been taking a beating. But nonetheless, could have been worse. So we're getting the wagon out of there, and took one wagon, smacked it into the other wagon, about blew flattened all the corn. Took another wagon, rolled it and rocked it into my new corn bag. I told you that corn was juicy. If you look where that hole was from that hitch, the juice is just running right out of it. So that was my morning. We had to clean it up a bit and regroup. But man, inclement weather here. It seems the storms seem to be getting stronger and stronger, and then appear to come out of nowhere. No one even knew this happened to us. I called our insurance guy and he's like, what? I never even heard about it. But yeah, she slammed down, and like I said, we're lucky nobody got hurt, and I'm just happy I'm not using this silo. So no harm, no foul. I'd like to take the thing down. Cement supported silo won't be easy, but yeah, this was a newer roof. It took the fill pipe, ripped that right off, and there's there's how you fill it. Yeah, this thing, it's unbelievable what that weather can do, but thankfully no one was hurt. What I'm gonna do today is continue bagging corn silage. I'm going to show you how we end the bag and roll bagger up and reset back up. And then we're going to continue on. So no harm, no foul. Everybody's safe. But that was an exciting, had to climb up a silo. Ain't done that in a couple years. You know, empty silo to the top of the inside chute. You silo guys know that's not exactly fun, with doors possibly falling in. We got the job done. Okay, so on that note, let's get going. Let's have a good day and let's go. Putting some fuel in there to finish off my bagging tractor. juice. This tractor was getting a little low on fuel. We only got a handful of loads to get the end of this bag, but I didn't want to risk it. I don't like running them that low. You don't want to run her out of fuel. Got up this morning, got done milking, feeding the cattle, decided to wash my tractor, pressure wash that, open the hood, clean it all up. This tractor's gonna need a fresh paint job on its wheels. And once I got rolling on that, decided to get my bagger, or my loader tractor, or loader rather, and wash this. This thing sits out a lot and gets dusty, and you see that dash and everything's, it's a lot cleaner now. So I had some free time, but we're about to fire up. Dad's out grading the yard as we speak. There's your red tape. That means stop. I'll release this brake. Drop these cables down. Cables are on the ground. Drop it. Gotta start that PTO to run the auto rewind. Then we just gotta push this lever up to the cable rewind. Make sure this starts straight. Leave this PTO running and I'll nudge her forward. Lee's motioning forward. Shut it off. I'm just gonna back straight up. We're gonna stuff one more bag in here in this gap. You gotta come grab this backstop, grab a bag. I'm setting this back even further because you see the drain comes down and around. Keep it back. Get up here, pull this rope back. Getting it. type cherry picker attached to it, but the ag bag guy says he don't even use that. He still uses the forks. Well, we took his word for it, we just used the forks. Job well done. We'll have a good couple days here probably. We're well on our way. Next day, milk hauler come and got the milk. Had some cattle get out. I had my buddy Randy pour some gravel along that them approaches, them barns. Keep it up. There was a little bit of a lip on that cement. I took off early last night and had to take my daughter to softball practice over in Davison. And the boys kept chopping. As you see, we've got all the wagons full, 8 wagons, and that's the benefit of having a bunch of wagons. You can just keep rolling. So I've got to get fired up and get working here because I got 8 of them. 8 of them started. Little bit of an overcast today. A lot different than yesterday. You're going to be cooler. Daryl's Vale Metal is still here. We're driving around it. We've now came upon it. We got to watch it. We don't want to run into it. This might have to be moved again, but I've got just enough room and it seems to be working pretty well. So let's fire up and let's have a good day. Let's go. Let's check our fluids. Hydraulic oil's in good shape. Motor oil right in between the arrows. Just like that, I've got 4 unloaded. You know how I said I've got 8 loaded? Well, apparently we got 9 wagons. All summer I've been saying 8. Well, 9. One's marked number 0, goes up to 8. 9 chopper wagons. 4 down. Let's get it done, get some fresh stuff. I mean, you get them all bunched together, 8, 9. Who can tell the difference, right? The boys just called and informed me they have a blown line on the chopper. So while they're getting that changed, getting the new one made, I had Randy drop me another load of gravel after he got done tailgating. I fill this hay bag, and then I come around here with the mixer. And it wasn't a bad little jag, except these new corn silage bags were juicing. Juice. That one's covered up and sealed. And this one was about ready to be sealed up too after all that juice lived. I mean, look at it. I was leaving quite the rut. So I wanted to cover it up anyway. So I put gravel on it. It's how I do it. But this driveway is going to need some work. I'm going to have to let this dry out, reshape it some more, because this is going to be my main path. This was the bag we just finished up. It was some of the drier stuff. You can see it seeping out a little bit, but those were very, very moist. So I got the gravel. I'll let this dry out more and I'll reshape it. And she's pretty hard up on here because it's got that knoll and a hill. But yeah, bowl it right around here and fill it with the corn. Quick checkup on the cattle before we fire back up. I think they're getting close. Ended up moving in sand in this section this morning, and they're all laying. That's a delicate balance. You don't want to overfill these stalls. Got number 9 laying backwards, but most of them are laying properly. That's never ending. I usually put a little bit of sand in every other day, every third day. 163 laying backwards. So what are you gonna do? Some people like to lay, some cows like to lay backwards, some cows like to lay right. Got a bunch laying here properly. Like I said in the last video, very quiet since that bull. Look at these birds. Get out of here. Since that bull left. Very quiet. How we like it. Lee just got done grading this pasture field, something that we do because half of them will probably be laying out here tonight. Keep it nice and soft for them. The other half, they just prefer lay right in the stalls, but gives them a nice little cushion, nice little break, you know, off the concrete. Almost an acre pad ag bag site. There was a little belly right here. I've been filling it in as I get over. I haven't uncovered these 2 bags yet, and I'll rework all this, but once I uncover it and I work it down, drive on it, firms up a lot more. But that's what you're seeing. I graded it out a little more a second ago when we were down. Once this bag's gone, and then the final bag, it'll remain, it'll dry up better, but that's what you're seeing. They're finishing up a drier field, and then the rest of them are real green. It was drying faster than the others, so we decided to chop it all off. You can see how nice and hard and dry this backside is. You need a very hard foundation to pull this bagger. If you're thinking about doing this, you need to have a hard gravel cement, because we've done it where that thing's got stuck in the mud. It'll rip the bag, and you gotta make sure you got a sturdy foundation no matter whatever you do in life. I mean, look at the clearance on that. That's like 4 inches. If that tire was sinking in, You'd be screwed. Finishing up that load, guys. Look at these clouds. It's about picture perfect. You got these clouds on about any scenic farm view, and it would look like just out of a magazine. Hey, speaking of that, my bike up here, still going strong, but stay tuned for my next video. My father and I might head out, check out a truck I found. I've been looking pretty steady. Not in a rush, but looking pretty steady, and I think I found one. We're gonna go look at it. If I buy it, I'll show you. That'll be the next video of what I got. It's a Ford. We've been driving Fords around here a long time, starting with my grandfather. My oldest uncle, the one that passed about last winter, Uncle Jack, did a video about him, Vietnam vet, 1964, he was over there, 65. He actually owned the Ford dealership. So he always went to him, my uncles, my dad, and then that's basically what we're used to is Ford pickup. So, little story about that. Ford's kind of in our blood. Rest in peace, Uncle Jack. Okay guys, just like that, it is milking time. Cows are corralled up, locked in the holding area. I've got to scrape these stalls and in between the bunks, and then we're gonna run that mixer, fire that mixer up, and run their feet out. Keep going. Okay, that went pretty good. Ready to dump some feed in. I love feeding like this. A lot quicker. We'll be unloading in no time. this out by the hay bag for a refill. Clouds are still kicking. Gotta get that munched up and get it out of our way. They're trying to stack these wagons up on me when I'm feeding. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm gonna keep unloading. Alright guys, I'm back rolling.